Hello dear children, welcome back to science class. In our last class, we have learned three states of matter and what will happen to these three states when we heat them or cool them. We have learned what is melting, evaporation, condensation and freezing. In today's class, we are going to learn about three new terms that we use in science. So the three new words are solute, solvent and solution. Before we go in to learn what is a solute, solvent and solution, first let's do a simple activity. Now look into this picture here. This is a spoon of sugar that is added to a glass of water. Do you know what happens when you add sugar into water? We all know that when we add sugar into water, sugar will settle at the bottom of this glass container like how you see here in the picture, and water will be there on top. But what will happen to this sugar particles when you start stirring it? When you start mixing sugar, it is observed that sugar will mix well with water and finally you get something like this. Are you able to make out the difference between sugar and water in this picture? No, we cannot find out where is sugar. But where has this sugar gone? Let's see that now. Look into this picture here. As we have seen, when you add sugar into water, first it settles at the bottom. Now, when you stir it, we observe that sugar will get mixed with water like how you see here in this picture, and slowly the particles of sugar will break down into tiny particles, and these tiny particles will now spread in water and we will not be able to see these tiny particles with our naked eye. So finally we get a solution like this, how you see here in the last picture. So here we will not be able to differentiate or make out the difference between sugar and water. It appears to be a clear solution, isn't it? Yes. Now, as you see here, when you add sugar into water, you are actually adding a solute into solvent. Now let us see what is a solute and what is a solvent. A solute is a substance that dissolves in a solvent. So here, as we have already seen, we have added sugar into water. So sugar, on stirring, it has dissolved completely in water. So sugar is the substance here that dissolves in water. So this substance that dissolves in this solvent is called solute. Now, what is a solvent? As you add sugar into water, water has dissolved this sugar completely. So that substance which dissolves a solute is called a solvent. So solute is a substance that dissolves in a solvent, and solvent is a substance that dissolves the solute. So here we have seen the example of a solute and a solvent. So sugar is a solute and water is a solvent. Now let us see what is a solution. We have seen that when sugar is mixed with water, on stirring it mixes well, the sugar particles will spread, it will break down into smaller or tiny particles which we cannot see with our eyes. And then finally it forms a solution, which means we are not able to differentiate or make out the difference between sugar and water in this last picture. It is nothing but solution. So solution is a mixture of solvent and solute. So here we have mixed solvent, water and solute sugar. So after mixing, we have got solution. So solution is a mixture of solute and solvent. So here, when you add sugar into water, what you get is a sugar solution. When you add salt into water, what that we get is a salt solution. So sugar, salt are all examples of solute, and water is one of the examples of a solvent. So we have now learned solute plus a solvent would give us a solution. Water is a solvent that is capable of dissolving a number of substances in it. That is why water is called as a universal solvent. Now, let us see what are the conditions that will affect making of a solution. There are two important conditions that are required for making of a solution. The first one is stirring. We have already seen what happens when we add sugar or salt into water. So as you see here in the picture, when we add sugar or salt into water, initially it will settle at the bottom. But when you start stirring it, it is observed that the solute, that is sugar or salt, it will dissolve completely, or it gets mixed with water completely. Thus, we get a solution. So when you stir, it is observed that we get a solution much faster. But if you do not stir, then it takes long time for the solute, that is salt or sugar, to dissolve in this water. So on stirring, we are making the process to move faster in order to get a solution. Same like that, on heating also we get a solution much faster. As you see here in the picture, when you heat a solution, that is a mixture of solvent and solute, it is observed that the particles of solute will get mixed with the solvent very fast, and thus we get a solution much faster. So these are the two conditions that will affect making of a solution. Now let us see what are soluble and insoluble substances. We have already seen what happens when we mix sugar or salt with water. As you see here in the picture, when we mix sugar with water and then when we stir it, sugar dissolves completely in water and it gives us sugar solution. Same like that, when salt is mixed with water, salt dissolves completely in water to give us salt solution. So these are soluble substances. So what are soluble substances? Soluble substances are those substances that dissolve completely in a liquid to form a solution. So here sugar and salt dissolve completely in this liquid water to form its corresponding solution. Therefore, they are called soluble substances. Some other examples of soluble substances are liquid like milk, gases like oxygen and carbon dioxide, and detergent is also an example of a soluble substance. So these are the substances that dissolve completely in a liquid and it forms a solution. Now let us see what are insoluble substances. Just opposite to soluble substances, insoluble substances do not dissolve completely in a liquid. Now look into this picture here. Here we have taken sand and mixed it with water. What do you observe here? We observe that as sand is mixed with water well, sand does not get dissolved completely in water. As you see here, some of the sand particles are still settled at the bottom. So sand has not dissolved completely in water. Therefore, it is an insoluble substance. So insoluble substances are those substances that do not dissolve in a liquid completely. Other than sand, other examples of insoluble substances are wax, chalk, glass, wood, and gases like hydrogen and helium, and liquid like oil. So all these substances, they do not dissolve completely in a liquid, and therefore we call them as insoluble substances.